Welcome to my channel. Here are the tips that could help you lose weight, wherein, backed up by research and studies. Weight loss tips backed by science. Weight loss is becoming more complicated nowadays, there's so many different diets approach out there and it's confusing. You don't know what to follow and you get conflicting information from different people even they are not expert about lose weight. Well, better than getting information than nothing at all. So, let's simplify it in this video and let's back it up. Here are the 9 science-backed tips that help to lose weight, and if you're interested, keep watching. While all of the tips in this video are evidence-based, they may not work for everybody because we're all a little bit different. Do some experiment and see what works for you. If you've tried everything in your power to lose weight and no result at all, even you're doing all the right things, it's time to see a doctor. It could be hormonal issue and it's a good idea to know what you're dealing with and you can change your approach. Being normal weight doesn't mean you're healthy. Some are suffering with high body fat percentage, which increased the risk of things like hypertension, heart diseases and diabetes. So, we wanted to do whatever we could in our power to reduce the risk, and one way of doing this is to reduce body fats and lose excess weight. We need to do it consistently, and whatever you do need to make it a long-term change, because if it's a short-term change to lose the weight and then regain it, because so many people go on diets and then we regain the weight, you can't do a diet, you have to make it a lifestyle change. That is the biggest tip I can provide you guys, just make it a lifestyle change. The first step is to cut back on added sugar. Like white sugar, high fructose corn syrup, maple syrup, honey, fruit juice, as well as coconut sugar. This added sugar is such a problem. Studies show that people who consume a lot of added sugar are at a higher risk of obesity, and they also have a higher risk of diabetes and heart disease. The second tip is to cut down on refined carbohydrates and finely milled carbohydrates. The type of carbs that are not recommended, these are carbs like crackers, cookies, cakes, most store-bought bread, fruit juice, breakfast cereal, snacks that have any sort of refined flour in them. Basically majority of processed foods. If you're going to have carbs, it is a good idea to get them from whole food sources. Carbs: whole foods such as whole fruits, whole vegetables, whole beans and lentils. Number 3, eat enough fiber, enough fruits and vegetables. And when it comes to weight loss, I think one of the most important thing is to eat in a way where you're fuller for longer. You're not mindlessly snacking throughout the day, and one way to do this is to get enough fiber, especially soluble fiber. If you look at the studies, people who have more soluble fiber tend to be a lower weight. In general, I would recommend increasing your fruit and veggie intake, more so the vegetables and fruit. Number 4, eat enough protein throughout the day. So we talked about eating enough fiber, and that was to keep you fuller for longer. Well, it's the same with protein. If you eat enough protein throughout the day, you'll stay fuller for longer, and that will really help manage the cravings and all that mindless snacking. What can you do? You can have a quarter plate of protein with every single meal. This is the general recommendation, and I have been doing this and I find this very effective, because by having a quarter plate protein with every meal, I'm getting my protein throughout the day and stabilizing my blood sugar, and I'm not eating all these extra snacks and sugary snacks. Fifth tip is to chew thoroughly and eat slowly. In today's fast-paced world, we're all eating very quickly, and the problem with eating quickly is that it's very easy to overeat and get extra calories. studies show that people who eat quickly tend to be a higher weight, and it's probably because it's very easy to overeat, so I suggest eat slowly, chewing your food thoroughly and being very mindful about what you're eating. Number 6. Get enough sleep. When it comes to losing weight, everyone talks about diet, everyone talks about exercise, but no one talks about sleeping. But the fact of the matter is so important for weight loss. If you're struggling with weight loss and you've been doing everything else right, have a look at your sleep. There's actually a study from 2008, a major review, that found that short sleep duration increased the likelihood of obesity in adults by 55%. That is actually quite a bit, so my suggestion is to focus on good sleep. Make sure that you're getting at least 7 hours a night. Number 7. Track your progress. Tracking your progress can be a very helpful thing when it comes to achieve your goals. According to the American Psychological Association, people who track their progress are more likely to achieve their goals. Track it every single week. If you can do that and you can see progress, you're going to be more motivated. And let's see you don't see progress, at least you'll know that there's something that's not working right and you can make a few changes. Number 8 is to reduce your stress. Now, when it comes to stress, everyone's a bit different. Some people lose weight under stress and some people gain it. Someone who gains weight when they're stressed, and some can't lose weight when they are stressed. If you're someone who is struggling with your weight, you've tried diet and exercise, have a look at your stress levels. Sometimes when we produce too much cortisol, which is the stress hormone, we can actually have a very hard time losing weight, especially the weight around the abdominal area that is associated with high stress levels. So my suggestion to you is to figure out a way to reduce your stress. Number 9 is to move more. We all know diet and exercise go hand in hand. Non-exercise activity, thermogenesis, a science the term, but basically it's all the calories you're burning while not exercising, eating or sleeping. So these are things like cooking in the kitchen, cleaning your car, cleaning your house, walking to the bus stop. All of these activities are not really exercise, but they're still activities that burn calories, and they add up, especially if you're doing the daily consistently. So in general, I would suggest increasing this kind of activity so that you'll be able to lose the weight faster than just focusing on exercise. Some people lost majority of their weight with these tips. I hope you enjoy this video. If you did, please do consider subscribing and do give it a thumbs up and hit the bell icon. See you in the next video.